Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be reactions for WWE Wrestlepalooza 2025. As you guys know how these videos go by now, so I'm just going to get right into it. So I got 3 out of the 5 matches correct, which is overall a pretty good pay-per-view for me. I did good with the predictions, so yeah, I got 3 out of the 5 matches correct, which is pretty good. The pay-per-view itself was pretty good, so let's get right into it. So the first match of the night was a singles match, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Winner of the singles match, Brock Lesnar. Now, like I talked about in my predictions video, I really wasn't too sure who was going to win this match. In my prediction video, I said there was a lot of variables to this match. They could have had John Cena win for many reasons, and they could have had Brock Lesnar win for many reasons. They could have had John Cena win because this is John Cena's last match against Brock Lesnar. Have him have a big win in his retirement tour, and John Cena really hasn't beaten Brock Lesnar that often. They had a statistic on the show itself saying that John Cena has only beaten Brock Lesnar twice, and one out of the 2 times he's only pinned Brock Lesnar once. So that really tells you a lot. But then I also gave my reason why I would think Brock Lesnar would win. Brock Lesnar would win because, well, it's Brock Lesnar. He's a draw. It's his first match back in about 2 years. And if they wanted to do a rematch against John Cena and Brock Lesnar, then John Cena winning would make sense. But my prediction was wrong. John Cena did not win the match. Brock Lesnar did. Now, this is another thing that I had in the back of my head about this match. Because in my predictions video, I said both John Cena and Brock Lesnar had a possibility of winning. And the reason why I went with John Cena is because of his retirement tour, and also the fact of the matter that neither of these competitors needed to win this match. It's not like John Cena needed to win, and it's not like Brock Lesnar needed to win. But I kept it in the back of my head that there was a possibility that Brock Lesnar would destroy John Cena, just like he did in 2014. And luckily, I kept that in the back of my head because that's exactly what happened. Brock Lesnar destroyed John Cena like he did in 2014. Now, which one is worse, 2014 or 2025? If I had to compare the 2 matches, 2014 SummerSlam, 2025 WrestlePalooza. John Cena had more offense against Brock Lesnar in 2014 than he did in 2025. So, which one was the most destruction? From a match standpoint, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at the 2014 SummerSlam was a very different match from the John Cena versus Brock Lesnar match of a 2025 WrestlePalooza. In terms of the 2014 match at SummerSlam, that was a way longer match than this match. This match was probably about at least 10 to 13 minutes long. That other match at SummerSlam in 2014 was probably about 15 to 20 minutes long. So you can kind of see the difference. Plus, there was a rumor out there saying the reason why this match started off the show is because Brock Lesnar wanted to leave the show early. So they probably wanted to get the match done as quick as possible. So, yeah, overall, I think this was a good match. I did keep it in the back of my head that Brock Lesnar was going to destroy John Cena. And that's the reason why I should have probably predicted Brock Lesnar, but I didn't. But I did keep that in the back of my head. But, sometimes the predictions are just not to me to be. You're not always going to get them right. And I didn't get this prediction right. The second match of the night is a tag team match, the Usos versus Division. Winners of the tag team match division. So, before the show even started, during the pre-show, or the countdown as they call it now, it was confirmed that LA Knight would be the special guest referee for this match, and he was. And he said in an interview with Kathy Kelly on the Countdown show, or the pre-show, he said that, yes, he is going to be the special guest referee, but he is going to use the rules vaguely. And that's exactly what happened during the match. He would use the rules vaguely. Yes, this was a normal tag team match, but really, because LA Knight hated everybody in the match, there really wasn't any rules. So you could really say this was a no disqualification tag team match. There was some loose rules in place, but that was really it. Division ended up getting the win. I ended up getting the match wrong, but overall, I thought it was a great match because they used an unadded stipulation to the match. Well, technically, it is a stipulation match because there's a special guest referee in the match that had to do with the story going on with all 4 competitors in the match. But, I thought the match was great because of the unadded stipulation of it becoming no disqualification. And I thought the match was great, but I ended up getting the match wrong. The third match of the night is a singles match for the vacant Women's World Championship, or the WWE Women's World Championship. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, winner of the singles match and the new WWE Women's World Champion, or WWE Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. And I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. I had a whole discussion about it in my predictions video on how that Io Sky, as much of a great wrestler that she is, in my personal opinion, I didn't think she needed to win the title again this year. Io Sky was previously the Women's World Champion this year. She had a title reign, and in my opinion, it was average. It was okay. It was mid. Like I said in my predictions video, Io Sky defended the title 3 times. She only defended the title 3 times, and all those matches were against Rhea Ripley. She didn't really face anybody different, other than one of the matches was a triple threat match for the WWE Women's World Championship, and that was at WrestleMania 41 between Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky, who was the current WWE Women's World Champion at the time, and I was like, yeah, her reign is mid. Her reign is average. Her reign was okay. She's a great wrestler, but I don't know. Triple H didn't book her in the way that I thought he would, and it just didn't really work out for anybody. And also, she's currently in a feud with Asuka right now, so it doesn't really make sense to add the WWE Women's World Championship to that feud. That feud doesn't need the WWE Women's World Championship. That feud is great on its own because Asuka and Io Sky are 2 of the greatest women's wrestlers in WWE right now, so they don't really need the title for the match. as for Stephanie Vaquer, like I said in my predictions video, she definitely deserves it. She fits the build to be a current champion, especially the WWE Women's World Champion right now in WWE. And it just kind of makes sense to me that she's champion now, because I feel like Triple H is going to use her in a different way than she did Io Sky. I feel like Stephanie Vaquer is going to have a better title reign with the title than Io Sky did. Even though Io Sky is a great wrestler, Stephanie Vaquer is a great wrestler as well. And I feel like if Triple H uses Stephanie Vaquer correctly, and not have her fight Rhea Ripley 3 times and have her only have 3 title defenses, I feel like her title reign will be great. And I also said this in my predictions video, maybe they could have Stephanie Vaquer defend the title on Monday Night Raw every week, have like some sort of open challenge like Sami Zayn is having for the United States Championship right now, but I kind of doubt that's going to happen. But if she at least defends her title at every pay-per-view, that will make me happy. The fourth match of the night is a mixed tag team match: CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Winners of the mixed tag team match, CM Punk and AJ Styles. It was overall a great match. I was happy to see that AJ Lee could still put on a great performance after not wrestling for 10 years. Overall, the match made sense. And overall, I thought it was a great match. The wrestling in it was great. The story was great. Overall, it's just great. It just continues the feud between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And you guys already know my opinion on that already. It's too early to tell who's going to win the Royal Rumble and who's going to main event WrestleMania 42, but, they start the build for that at SummerSlam, so I've already talked about my prediction for that, but, and it's a little too early for that right now, but anyways, yeah, overall, this was a great match. AJ Lee she's still got it in the ring. She's still a great wrestler. She put on a great match. Overall, the match itself was great, so I'm pretty happy with it. And the fifth thing and the main event is a singles match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Cody Rhodes, the champion, versus Drew McIntyre. Winner of the singles match and still the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I'm not really too surprised by the outcome. Like I said in my predictions video, Cody Rhodes was the safe pick going into the match. He's also the safe pick going out of the match. And I just didn't really see Cody Rhodes losing the title to Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's a great wrestler, and he definitely deserves another title run with the title, but it's just not his time right now. Because I think Cody Rhodes is going to be at least champion until WrestleMania 42. And there's no indicator right now on who he's going to be facing at WrestleMania 42. That's not something we'll find out until probably the Royal Rumble. So, yeah, but overall the match was great. It's Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. What are you really expecting? Two of the top stars in WWE right now. So overall, I knew it was going to be a great match even before watching it. And there's one more thing that I would like to talk about before I go into what matches I think did good. So I did a prediction for this in my predictions video, and I did make a comment on my predictions video. It's a pinned comment. It's actually an update about a match that I thought was going to be on the show, but it wasn't. Because there was advertisements for it They advertised it being at the show. They advertised it on merchandise and promos, but the match didn't happen. So, in my predictions video, I made a prediction for the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton, the champion, versus Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. Now, that match was, like I said, advertised for the show. They had advertisements for it, and they had it on t-shirts at the show, but the match didn't happen. And I made an update about it. I made it a comment on my predictions video. It's a pinned comment, and I made several update community posts about it, saying this match is not happening on the show, and it will be happening on next week's Friday Night SmackDown, which will be Friday Night SmackDown News 224, and that's when this match is going to happen. Now, my prediction still stands, so, when I do my Friday Night SmackDown News video, I did predict the match, so I'll say if I got the match right in that video. But anyways, so what do I think is the match of the night? The match of the night for me is the singles match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Cody Rhodes, the champion, versus Drew McIntyre. Overall, it was a great match, and it was a great main event. Two top stars of the company fighting each other for the top championship in the company, and I thought it was a great match. The underdog match of the night. Wow, this is going to be a tough one, because there was a couple great matches on the show. If you wanted to see a surprise return with a great ongoing story, I would say you would probably pick the mixed tag team match with CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, if you wanted that to be your underdog match of the night. If you just wanted to see some stipulation style, no rules, no disqualifications, craziness, I would say go to the tag team match, the Usos versus the Vision. Or you just want to straight up see some great women's wrestling, I would go singles match for the vacant WWE Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Stephanie Bakir. But if I had to say what is my underdog match of the night, it's a tough call, because all three matches that could be the possible underdog match in the night could all be my underdog matches in the night, because they're all great matches. But if I had to choose one, and you're probably wondering, Joey, what are you going to pick? It better not be the stipulation tag team match, the Usos versus the Vision. You are wrong. My pick is the mixed tag team match, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And the reason why I go with that for the underdog match is because the return of AJ Lee was great. Yes, I did know like a week, 2 weeks before that AJ Lee was going to return. I knew she was going to be returning on SmackDown. Pretty much everybody knew it. They were teasing it for weeks. But AJ Lee's return was just as special as CM Punk's return, and every WWE fan was excited for it. If you heard the crowd when she returned at SmackDown, they were cheering like hell. Even the Monday Night Raw after, they were cheering like hell. Hell, they were even cheering for hell at this pay-per-view for her. And I was like, I knew it was going to be special. I knew her return was going to be special. I knew she was going to put on a great match. She still got it in the ring. She's still a great competitor. And this match is just as biased as the stipulation tag team match with the Usos versus the Division. And why I say that match, the mixed tag team match with CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, it's biased because I grew up watching AJ Lee, and you're like, Joey, you're only 21 years old. Like, how do you grow up watching AJ Lee? Well, I didn't watch the whole career of AJ Lee, but I was definitely around when she won the title 3 times. I remember her holding the title for 400 days. I remember her losing the title to Paige after WrestleMania on the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. I remember all of that. I watched all of that live. And AJ Lee, yeah, she was a part of my younger childhood when I've talked about this before in, my earlier series, Wrestling Terms and Glossary, if you guys remember that series. That was all the way back at my beginning of my YouTube channel 6 years ago. And then, you got my predictions and reactions for these pay-per-views, and then you got wrestling news video. I've talked about this. I've been watching wrestling since I was 8 years old. I'm 21 now. If you think about that, that's about, well, I wouldn't even say that's half of my life. I would say that's 2/3 of my life. I've been watching wrestling 2/3 of my life. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop watching WWE. It's just not going to happen. I'm always going to keep WWE a part of my life. It's always going to be a part of my life. And AJ Lee, for the first half of me watching WWE at the beginning when I was 8 years old, she was there. And then she retired, but now she's back. So that's why that match, the mixed tag team match, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, is my underdog match of the night. Honorable mention, I mean, like I said, if you want to see a great women's wrestling match, you will obviously go singles match for the vacant WWE Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Or if you want to just see craziness, then you would go with the tag team match, the Usos versus the Division. In my honest opinion, I think both of those matches are the underdog matches of the night. I think the tag team match between the Usos versus the Division is an honorable mention, and I think the singles match for the vacant WWE Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, is an honorable mention. So both of those matches are my honorable mention. And those were my predictions and reactions for WWE Wrestlepalooza 2025. Please post a comment. What are your predictions and reactions for WWE Wrestlepalooza 2025? And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Period.